today we got a surprise little update for Black Ops 3, and while I guess you could say that about every single update, this one is a little bit more curious simply because of the timing of such and also the contents and how much space it ends up taking up. Simply put, there's a lot here in terms of data, but not a lot described to us on the developmental patch notes end. So that said, that stems the question, are we going to be getting some new content? And the stir of the community right now is we might be getting some more weapons coming tomorrow in supply drops. Now, I'm a little bit on the fence here, but we're gonna take a look at this and analyze it as such, give you guys a little bit of a breakdown and show you guys what you need to be looking for, and then we can all decipher our own opinions here, either during the video or after, whatever it may be, but let's break it down a little bit here for you guys. Now, once again, the update to Black Ops 3 ended up being 1.666 gigabytes in size. Now, ignoring the trace of bad luck and numbering, that's a bit of a hefty title update for just a few stated changes, which I'll put those up on screen right now if you wanna check them out real quickly for you guys. But in terms of substance, the only real beefy, and I use that term lightly, I don't really think there's all that much here that is entirely too hefty on the file sizes, but the only beefy parts are the weapon updates and the map exploit fixes, which, while it's common to see these kind of things in patches and not just necessarily hot fixes, they don't usually require almost 2 gigabytes of data. But that said, theoretically, if there was something here, would this fit the narrative that we've seen with DLC weapons thus far, and just how much so? Firstly, yes, it would. Simply because these sorts of updates via the black market are never telegraphed in patch notes. They're always intentionally left off, and the patches that are put in often end up having what looks to be like a lot of filler content in the data and file size for each download file. So that said, this could once again fit into that category, but one of the things that a lot of DLC weapons have done are drop on a Tuesday, and well, look at the calendar, tomorrow just so happens to be Tuesday, or I guess when you watch this, it could already be Tuesday, but that said, regardless, it still falls in line with the standard release schedule for DLC weapons. So theoretically, yes, it could fit all the signs here in terms of the technicalities of DLC weapon drops, but then that stems the question, what would be dropping and how realistic of this would it be? Because firstly, I don't necessarily know if I can think of off the top of my head some weapons that I could say definitively are still in the contention and running for DLC weapons within Black Ops 3. A lot of people will say the PDW, the MSMC, all that kind of stuff, the MP7, the M27. While we debunk those ones, and I don't think that those will come, there still, of course, is the possibility that there could be any weapon coming, essentially. Some melee weapons, some crazy ones that are brand new, or maybe some remakes of classic weapons that still have yet to really make it into Black Ops 3. And I suppose, I guess you could throw into the mix that there are still some weapons within zombies, that being the STG, the MG08, the Mauser, the M1927, Tommy gun, all those from zombies. I guess those could be thrown into the mix, and honestly, I think I'd put those over some of the ones like the PDW and the MSMC simply because they're already built for the game. They just need to have a few assets changed around in the game files to designate them as not zombies weapons, but multiplayer weapons as well. But as for if it would actually happen, I'm not entirely sure, because the last interval for DLC weapons from 2 drops ago to the most recent, that was 49 days. And if I'm not mistaken, that was one of, if not the shortest intervals in between DLC weapons that we had throughout the Black Ops 3 content season and the prologue content season in 2017 from January until now. So that usually is a much longer interval, and stretching that out across about 2 months or so, rather than a month and a couple of days, a month and a week, a month and 2 weeks. But if you were to take a look at the interval between this past DLC drop and if we were to theoretically get weapons tomorrow, it would only be 34 days, 2 weeks shorter than that of what is, again, one of the smallest, if not the smallest intervals that we've had in Black Ops 3. So it's interestingly close and maybe dangerously close to the last drop update. Another option that could be happening once again is maybe another community contract or another weapon camo in supply drops. Once again, we still have not seen 10 camos that are in the game files. And of course, while those could be lost to the test of time, as we've seen time and time again, with camos that have not made the cut in various other different Call of Duty games and any other game in development as is, there's always cut content. These still have menu information, so it's interesting that they're this close to being done, and I guess that could theoretically also take the place of some DLC weapons, but really, I don't know. But there definitely is something I feel like that will be coming within the next 24 hours, as a part of this brand new patch going live tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. GMT, I believe, and 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I think I got those conversions right, but nonetheless, I think there will be something coming. I could totally be wrong, and if so, that's totally cool. I'll definitely own up to that, but nonetheless, there seems to be a lot of filler content within this patch, and almost 2 gigabytes versus just a few little exploit fixes and a few balancing issues doesn't really seem like it adds up entirely to me. But again, I could be totally wrong, but let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section down below. What do you guys think of this year? Do you think that there is going to be something coming within the next 24 hours to Black Ops 3 as DLC, or what do you think? Do you think it's something different entirely? Do you think it's just something that actually does take up all that space? Whatever it may be, let me know down in the comment section down below. But hopefully you guys enjoyed, and if you guys did, make sure you drop a like down below. And of course, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe to stay updated with everything we have here regarding Black Ops 3, both multiplayer and zombies. Call of Duty World War II, we're gonna be killing it here the next couple of days and weeks with the beta coming up. Hopefully you guys are enjoying that kind of stuff, and hopefully you guys stick it right here as well for the best tips, tricks, gameplays, all that kind of stuff. We'll keep you covered. And if you guys like Modern Warfare Remastered and Infinite Warfare, this is definitely a place to be as well. And finally, if you guys want to follow me over on Twitter, that is the best place to get connected with me outside of YouTube, but practically live on Twitter. So if you guys want to strike up a conversation, ask me a question, whatever it may be, link is down there in the description below. But all that said and out of the way, hope you guys have a fantastic day. Thanks so much for watching. Mine has been Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.